Welcome, Martin. Thank you for joining us today for the AMA. And I would also like to welcome everybody who took their time to come and watch this AMA. It's the second AMA in a row of 5 with the Gaimin team. And today we will be talking to Martin Speight. You are CEO and co-founder of Gaimin. Welcome again, Martin.
Hi, Marilyn. Thank you for that. Yes, it's a pleasure to be here. I know we're recording as well so there's some people who can't attend. So, thanks to everybody who's attending and those who are going to be watching the recording.
Yes, that's correct. I think many who watch this don't know exactly what a CEO does, especially in a tech startup. Could you briefly explain?
Yes, I can. I mean, for a CEO, I guess his tasks change depending on the size of the company. We're a startup, right? So the whole of the team tends to get their hands dirty with a lot of different tasks. That's just the way it is. There's things that need to be done, and sometimes you're just doing what needs to be done. We're still a relatively small team compared to when we started. We're obviously a bigger team, but we are still relatively small, of course. And I think I got such a cool position because, as you know, the founders, we've known each other for many years.
Yeah.
I got huge respect and fantastic friendship with the founders. So the fact that we're working with people who are extremely good at what they do, we've known each other for a long time. You know, we have the utmost respect for each other and a long-lasting friendship. That kind of makes this whole thing fun. We have our daily meeting of the founders, and like any business, we have our disagreements. But because there's a long-standing friendship behind everything, it makes it so much more fun, and we soon get over any disagreements and move on. So, what does the CEO do? Well, in this case, we've a bit of everything. I mean, the main things have been building the team, helping secure the financing to get the project to where it is. Obviously, you're often in a situation where we've been invited to speak, and I've spoke. So there's kind of leadership things like that that we're doing. It's been building the whole concept and putting together documentation and speaking a lot with investors, which is an honor. When somebody invests in you, it's a real huge honor, huge responsibility that people have actually invested in you to help because they believe in what you're doing and they believe in the team. So, I really love what I do, and I love the people I'm working with, and I love the project that we're doing. So that's what we're doing right now. That's my position.
That's what you're doing. It's a bit of everything, and it's like a long marriage you have already with all the founders.
Absolutely.
Yes. And Gaimin, could you briefly, if possible at all, tell us what Gaimin is all about?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'll keep this one short because I could talk, and I have talked for hours about this.
I know, yeah.
Well, basically, we monetize a gamer's resources. Gamers right now have a most extraordinary computer, right? I think we've all heard the stories. There's more power now in a mobile phone than NASA used to send a spaceship to the moon. I have no idea whether that's true, but you kind of understand the what they're saying by that, right? Well, a gaming computer nowadays is so extraordinarily powerful, and a gamer is using that to play games on, but there's a lot of the time when they're not using it at all, or they're only using a very small part of this extreme power that they have. So they're sat there with this extraordinarily powerful resource or set of resources in their gaming PC, connected to the internet with extremely high-speed connections. And we help them earn some rewards to pay for their gaming by monetizing those resources. Yeah. So they have an existing resource. It's very powerful. It's capable of doing a lot of tasks, a lot of computational tasks. We take that processing power that it has, we connect it to our processing power network, we go and monetize it, and we pass 90% of the rewards on to the gamer. So that's what we do.
That's what you do.
Yeah. Now, how do they do that? Very simple. I mean, That's probably, I should state that because monetizing, you know, you could try and do this on your own if you're a gamer. You could try and say, hey, I've got some spare processing power. Let me see how I can monetize it. But a gamer doesn't want to do that, right? A gamer bought his gaming computer to game on. So what we do is we've simplified it for the gamer. He doesn't have to literally know anything about rendering or blockchain computations or any, doesn't need to know anything at all about monetizing. You download our platform, you install it, and then you tell some friends, and that's it. That's it. It doesn't need to do anything else. Yeah,
It's a 1, 2, 3
in the background, working for him with quite an advanced set of machine learning rules, making sure that at all time we're monetizing at the maximum and without causing any disruption to the gamer's fun whilst he's gaming. So that's what we do.
Okay, well, thank you. And is this platform you mentioned, is it for everyone? Is it for consoles, for mobile devices, for a gaming PC?
Well, we have kind of a motto, right? No gamer left behind. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, right now, we haven't achieved that. We're a startup. But that is kind of an objective that at some point in the future, we want to find a way to monetize every single gamer's device. Okay. Every device they have. Right now, we focused our initial development on PC gamers.
Okay.
So right now, we do not have the tech for, we have the tech, it isn't adapted for consoles. And at this moment in time, the processing power in a mobile phone, for example, isn't really worth the effort for what we're doing. But as we also know, they are advancing very quickly. Yeah.
They are. Yeah.
So at some point in the future, we will, of course, be looking into that. But right now, 80-20 rule, yeah, we're going to where the 80% of the processing power is.
I understand. Is the platform 100% ready? Is it up and running?
We've done several versions of the platform. We did kind of a, let's call it a prototype version. Then we did an alpha version to verify the concept, to prove the concept of our business. Yeah. We now have a beta version, and we're rolling the beta version out in several phases. At this moment in time, we are in a private testing phase where we have some friends and family and people we know, people within the gaming world as well, so that we can get real life gamer feedback on it. Yeah. So if anybody who's listening wants to actually join the private beta testing, they're more than welcome. Please send an email to calvin@gaimin.io, and Calvin will make sure that, you know, as appropriate, you're added to the beta testers. So we're rolling out that now carefully to make sure we're handling, you know, putting the infrastructure and everything we need to in place for when we start to scale more aggressively, let's say. But right now, the monetization aspect is working. There are parts that aren't in place yet, such as the marketplace. You'll see them on the platform. They're grayed out, okay?
Yeah.
So we have, let's call it the engine of the platform is fully working, and we are carefully rolling that out. So right now, anybody who's got a gaming computer is more than welcome to, or not a gaming computer. You can do it without a gaming computer as well. But you know, we are built for gaming computers. We do need a decent sized GPU, a gaming GPU, in order to specifically, you know, be able to monetize it properly, let's say.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. And you have your own team of gamers. Alan, your youngest son, he's a great Fortnite player, I've heard.
I have two sons, Jason and Adam. They're grown up now. They're not little boys anymore. They're almost 20, the eldest, and the youngest is 16. Alan, as you say, he regularly competes in Fortnite tournaments, and he's also playing League of Legends a lot right now. Jason is FIFA, kicks my ass on FIFA, you know, all the time. So they're both very keen gamers, just like their dad was when he was young. And, you know, unfortunately, I've had less time as an adult, but I've always been a very enthusiastic gamer. And actually, I mean, on a side note, with the way we are now, with the social restrictions that are in place right now, I do admit I love to see my kids gaming because it's such a social event. They're with their friends, they're talking and chatting and having fun, and I hear them laughing, and, you know, being able to maintain that social contact these days is really, more than ever, is really important.
Yes.
It's another positive aspect of gaming. They both have, of course, the platform installed. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Yes, they kind of have to.
They don't really have a choice.
Yes. Um, can you elaborate a little bit as to why it is so important to share the software with friends?
Okay. What we wanted to do with the gaming platform was allow a gamer to be able to get rewards beyond his own rewards. Okay, let me give you an example. In the modern day digital world, you've probably heard of a company called Dropbox.
Yes.
Right. Okay, everybody's heard of Dropbox. Well, Dropbox had 100,000 users. They implemented a referral program. Yeah. And let's say, I can't remember what the space was, but let's say they gave you 1 gigabyte of space. And for every friend you introduced, you got an extra gigabyte of space. So it created a complete win-win-win situation. You wanted extra space in the cloud. You helped them
Yes.
expand their business, and they rewarded you with exactly what you signed up for, right?
Yeah.
They went from 100,000 to 4.5 million with their referral program. 100,000 users to 4.5 million. And they became a big company. And a lot of people got some fantastic cloud storage as a result, significant cloud storage.
Yes.
So we're modeling that. It's a win-win-win situation, right? A user downloads and installs our platform because they want to monetize resources. If
Yes.
they help us grow our monetization network, we'll reward them exactly the same. The way we do it's a little different, but the theory is exactly the same as Dropbox. So they will get a percentage, a reward on friends, on their referrals. So they get more processing power for helping us expand the network. So they win, their friends win, we win, and the people who are the end users of our processing power win because we've got more processing power available. The other great thing about this is the gaming industry right now is the most connected. I hate to use the word demographic, right? But it's kind of
Yes.
a nerdy thing to call gamers, right? But they're the most connected group of people in history. Nobody has. I mean, I watched Game of Thrones last summer with my kids, right?
Yeah.
And when they had to send a message from kind of one kingdom to the other, they sent crows. They
Yes.
tied a little message in this. I don't know how long, it must have taken the crow weeks to get to where it had to go, right?
Yeah.
The reliability of that message landing was probably pretty low. Okay.
Yeah.
But now you look at a modern gamer, instantly, they can share something with hundreds of contacts.
Yes.
Through Discord, through WhatsApp, through Instagram messaging, whatever platform it is that they're on, but maybe an in-game chat as well going on there. So there is an ability to grow and refer things that only if they like them and they're fun, right?
True. Yes.
So if they get a genuine reward for it. So I think that's an exciting part that we should make use of within our business plan and for the gamer, because the gamer wins as well, right? So yes, that's why they should share.
Okay. Well, thank you. We have had a question from one of your early investors about the token value and listing on an exchange. What's the timetable looking like?
Okay, we've had to put the listing back. Our listing was planned for these months now, the final quarter of 2020.
Yes.
Unfortunately, 2020 hasn't worked out how everybody expected, right?
Yes.
And we've had inevitable delays. We've had, especially because we're quite international, so travel has been slowed down a lot. We haven't been able to kind of communicate or move forward as expected, and it's not just ourselves. I think that's pretty much everybody has had to kind of readjust plans and targets and dates and deadlines and things. So we've been caught up in that inevitably and unfortunately. And what it's meant is we've had to review the listing date, and we don't want to to precipitate ourselves now, be a little impatient when we're so close to the goal. So we want to make sure we're doing it with all our ducks in a row, with everything in our favor. And I think now, I mean, I was around, of course, in late 2017 when people were listings and there was crazy money thrown around at new listings and projects that had
Yes.
nothing more than a white paper. Okay. Now the market now is much more mature. Okay. People are much wiser than they were in 2017. And I think now our presentation when we're at listing stage will be fantastic. Yeah. We'll be a company with 3 years of work and experience and a proven team under the belt. We'll have software that's working that they can download and install and check for themselves, right?
Instantly. Yes.
We'll have success. I mean, you turn it on, it starts monetizing. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it takes about 15 minutes for the first, few cents to appear, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But I mean, you can test it for yourself. Okay. There will be success stories of gamers who've already used it, right? There will be a fully structured company with all the legals and the top legal company and the jurisdictions and everything in order like that. We are not an idea with a white paper with an unproven project. It will be a proven team with a proven software with revenue. So I think by the time we get to listing, that's something that hasn't happened. I mean, very often, to the best of my knowledge, that hasn't happened very often. So I'm
No.
hopeful that despite the fact that we've unfortunately had to delay listing, I think that when we get there, we will be in a strong position.
Okay. Yes. And about gamers, I know that you believe gamers are key to mass crypto adoption.
Yes, that's right. I actually gave a talk about this over in South Korea, and it was a forum on the mass adoption and how blockchain is going to achieve mass adoption. And there's a lot of industries, the supply chains and financial services, for example. Personally, I believe gaming will be the key to mass adoption. Okay, there's several reasons that I'm absolutely convinced that will be the case. Firstly, gamers are very tech savvy. Okay, gamers have no problem at all with tokens. They've been living with them in different games and different ecosystems within the games in different marketplaces for since Farmville on Facebook came out. Everybody's had tokens. They understand what a digital wallet is. Yeah, they know how
Yes,
to
they do.
send tokens from one digital wallet to the other. They don't need to worry about that. It's like it's kind of already it's within them, right? Not only that, I mentioned the connectivity, how well connected gamers are right now. So the fact that they can spread things very quickly will also help. I mean, just to give you an example of what I mean there, PayPal is the king of, let's say, online payments, right?
True. Yes.
They've got 350 million users. They were founded in 98, I believe. So that's 22 years to achieve 350 million users with extraordinarily aggressive marketing, with major platforms like eBay and every single online website accepting them. I mean, it's hard to have promoted PayPal more than they've been promoted. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
350 million users. Fortnite has 350 million users in 3 years. Okay. With a fraction of outside of the gaming world, I don't know how many people have heard of it, right? So it just goes to show the speed of adoption within the gaming world now. So that's why I'm absolutely convinced that gaming has a future with blockchain ownership of NFTs, with blockchain-based gaming assets, with blockchain ownership of gaming assets, and blockchain based payments. So it's all kind of coming together for the gaming industry. And I really believe that gaming will be easily the leader of blockchain adoption. Yeah.
Definitely. Yes. And what are your thoughts on the future demands for processing?
When we were looking initially at the possibilities of this project. Calvin was the originator of the idea.
Yes.
And that was in late 2017 when he started playing around with his son's gaming computer. And I read an article on the BBC, and it was from Satya Nadella, who's the CEO of Microsoft, and it was a statement he made at the World Economic Forum, I believe, in January of 2018. You can Google the BBC article, and he stated that the world is running out of computer power. Yeah, we don't have enough computer power to advance as fast as we'd like to with things like artificial intelligence and virtual reality and, Internet of Things and blockchain and all the demands for processing power. And data processing is absolutely key. It's one of the building blocks of our future digital world. We become more and more, every single day, more and more digitized. Our future is a digital future. Yeah.
Yes.
So you can't have that without the data processing power to be able to be one of the key resources of the building blocks to be able to permit that. So many of the world's major corporations are building data processing centers. I think the biggest, when I last looked, may have changed since, of course. I think one of the biggest was from China Telecom. It cost $3 billion to build.
Yes.
I mean, I'm only guessing here, but let's say that the plant is enormous, right? Let's say $1.5 billion was the infrastructure and the cost of the buildings and the security and the roads and everything, right? And let's say there's $1 billion, $1.5 billion of actual data processing power. But when you look at the global gaming community, there's 1.3 billion PC gamers. Let's say 400 million of them, let's say a third of them, right, have high-powered GPUs. It's probably on the low side. And let's say those GPUs are $500 GPUs. That's $200 billion worth of processing power sat there, hardly being used. It's like, 160 times bigger, 170 times bigger than the world's current largest data processing center. And it's sat there and it isn't doing anything. And every day it gets more powerful because they upgrade their GPUs, right? They self-maintain. The gaming industry is growing. So the numbers are getting bigger and the power is getting bigger daily. And companies like Uber and Airbnb have already educated the marketplace that it's a great idea. It's a win-win-win to take existing underused resources and put them to use. Okay. I mean, it's ecological. They're already built. It's already there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if the world's running out of computer processing power, we have a solution. There will be many solutions, I'm sure. Okay. Advancement in many areas. But we right now have a very valid solution. We verified it and we're working now daily to make our solution better for the gamers and for the people who are the end users of our processing power. So that's my thoughts on processing power.
And well, they're thorough thoughts that you really know everything there is, and you prove time and time again that the gaming community is so enormously big that you can't even get your head around it, and it's a global.
You take a look at it. It's an extraordinary phenomenon, right?
It is.
I mean, I started gaming, Marilyn, when Space Invaders came out. I think I was 12 at the time. Yeah. And you went to play it on your own. Yeah. And I had to get on my bike and pedal nearly 5 miles, right? It's about 8 kilometers.
Yeah.
And take my 10 pence, my old 10p, and put it in the machine and play on my own, right? Yeah. And you look how far gaming is coming. It's an extraordinary phenomenon, and it's getting bigger every day. And you take a look at what's happened in this mad year, this crazy year. Yes. And there's, I don't know how many other industries have achieved growth, but gaming has. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, how many gaming computers and consoles are going to be sold this Christmas with everybody locked in? It's
yes.
Yeah. It's getting bigger every single day. So Gaimin is growing. I mean, you look at the team we have, okay? The team we have, none of us, when we started this project 3 years ago, were sat there thinking, hey, I could really do with an opportunity. That's not how it happened. We were
No.
all busy guys, yeah? This thing came along, and the more we looked at it, the more we got involved, the more we realized the extraordinary potential. And it's literally changed all of our lives, the founders' lives. This is now our just full-time commitment. Yeah.
Yes.
Our families are completely involved with it because they've watched us build it from day one. Our children have had it installed. They've been our beta testers. Yeah. So, and alpha testers. So, yeah. Gaming's an extraordinary phenomenon. And we're really, really excited about the future. One of the other things that makes us excited about the future is Calvin and myself have been, for the last few years, we've been to Madrid Games Week, which is the largest Spanish-speaking gaming event. And one of
Yes.
our collaborators helps organize the event, Miguel. And we've seen what's coming. I mean, we've seen the VR games that are coming, the virtual reality, I mean, it's extraordinary. Very, very exciting industry, very exciting future, set to only get bigger. And, every single gamer has one desire. They always want better gear. They always want newer games. They always want in-game assets. They always want a bigger screen. They've got the big curved screens now, right?
They do. Yeah, they want to have the seats and everything.
There you go. And we can help them with that. We're going to take that fantastic resource and monetize it for them and help them pay for all of that gaming.
Yes, I see what you mean. And for Christmas, what should they ask this year?
Oh, I don't know, right? I mean, yeah, I don't know what everybody can afford or what everybody has already got, right? But I would think the best thing you could ask for is somebody to give you a download link for the gaming platform. The best thing you could ask for, right?
Oh, that's good.
Get on the beta list.
Yeah, but I'm moving forward because we said that we would do this for 15 minutes and we have doubled it already.
All right, okay.
Just to close things off, Gaimin is a virtual company. All team members, I don't think you cover all continents, but it's getting close. Will it stay like that in the future? Will there be a central HQ or?
Oh, that's always been the plan, but it's a brave man now who can tell me what's going to happen next year. Right?
Oh, I know.
So yes, I've actually been to look at office space here in Alicante in the Comunidad Valenciana, the Valencian community has a big drive, and they have a whole center built in Alicante for the advancement of digital technologies. And they're doing blockchain and artificial intelligence and big data. I've been to see the subdirector and the director of the offices. They want us to move in there. We tick all of their boxes. They already have a gaming company there. I've been to speak to the guys who run the gaming company.
Yes.
So our intention is to be able to do that. Right now, as you can tell, right now we're all working from home. And honestly, I think that would be great if we could do that. That would be the goal. I don't know when or how it's going to be possible, right? But that is the intention, yes.
And all founders would relocate to Spain.
There's out of the 5 founders, right? 3 of us have already lived here. I'm still here, of course. So for 2 of the others, it would be like coming home. Bookie's already said he'd like to come and live here. So yeah, it's a great place anyway. It's a wonderful place. So there's worse places to be.
Well, I'm very curious to what your future will bring, and I hope it will be that central HQ. Well, thank you. Time's up.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Did I forget to ask you anything?
No, and if we did, we've been on much longer than we expected. So
we have.
If we haven't covered anything, we'll do it at another time.
We do another call. Okay. Well, thank you again, and thank you for watching. And we will be back with more AMAs. Next one will be on Friday, the 27th, and then Clive Ruskin, the COO, will join us.
Fantastic. Thanks, Marilyn. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.